Let me just count on my hands. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming a Hermes journey video update. So this is a continuance from my last Hermes journey video. It continues on from there. So if you haven't already seen that, I will link that down below in the description bar. It is a very interesting video. I got a lot of positive feedback from that video, some negative, but that's expected given, you know, how much these Hermes bags cost. Totally understand that. But if you are interested in, you know, buying Hermes bags, or you just want to dip your toes in, or even get a bit of an understanding for how the process can kind of work, because it's not the same for everywhere, then I do recommend watching that video. And then of course going ahead and watching this video so you can get an update as to where I'm at in my Hermes journey. Most of this video is just going to be about store experience and only a little bit about resale market, because I haven't done much in the resale shopping since my last video. But before I get into the content, if you do like this video, these kinds of videos I should say, and that's to do with luxury, if you like Hermes, if you like luxury brands, you like luxury fashions and handbags in general, doesn't have to even be top tier luxury. If you just like handbags, then I would appreciate if you hit that subscribe button below, because I do think that you will enjoy my channel. I pride myself on transparency, on honesty, so that is exactly what you'll get on this channel. And also hit that bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos, which is generally at least once a week. And to everyone who has already subscribed, thank you very much. Welcome back. I hope that you enjoyed today's video and all the honesty that I have to tell you guys and all the money that I have spent at Hermes. So it's kind of going to be a wrap up for where I'm at for the year, for the end of 2019. So in the resale market, I did buy an Hermes Constance in blue electric. You would have seen that in my birthday bag reveal video. And then I also did a couple other videos after, I think, a couple other, or maybe one other, you know. But yes, that bag is no longer in my collection. I paid about $11,800 for it, but that's because I chose to pay with PayPal, so you do have to pay fees on that. It did come from international, so of course there were shipping costs, and I also had the bag authenticated by Baba Baby, because I believe that when it comes to buying these bags, even when you are buying from reputable resellers, you should always get them authenticated. So back on topic, that Constance 18 blue electric I bought from Femi Authentics, which is a reseller from Malaysia. She was fantastic, very helpful. The price was actually fairly reasonable for a Constance 18. However, I have noticed that the Constance bag is really on a decline when it comes to resale value. Resellers tend to not be able to turn over Constance bags as quickly as they would like. I'm seeing on Fashion File that bags are just not moving. Like, they're not selling. They're just sitting there, even on Fashion File, which is quite a massive consignment store. So my Constance Blue Electric is still for sale. It has not sold yet. It is being consigned with Anne's Fabulous Finds, and they agree with me. Constance is just not a bag that is moving as fast as it used to. Perhaps that's because it's actually getting easier to obtain in the store now. Before, the Constance was very hard to obtain, but now it's becoming much easier to obtain. Also, the Constance isn't exactly as versatile as, say, the Kelly bag. The Kelly bag has got a lot of traction, and people are really loving the Kelly bag, even more so than the Birkin. Whereas the Birkin has just got a very known popularity, so it still stays solid anyway. Whereas the Constance, it's kind of a bit of more of an acquired taste when it comes to the Constance bag. So yes, the bag is for sale. It didn't work out for me. If you're based in the US, or, you know, if you are interested in buying that bag, it is still with Anne's Fabulous Finds at the point that I'm actually filming this video. I will be losing money on that bag, unfortunately. It looks as though I'm going to be losing about $1,000 Australian on the sale of that bag, maybe even a little bit more, but no more than $2,000 Australian. That's really unfortunate, and you don't want to have to be losing money on bags. No one really wants to have to lose money. You want to hope that your purchases work out for you, and if they don't work out for you, you want to hope that they can still be resold. Colors are not as desirable as neutrals, and particularly in the Constance, because the Constance isn't as a desirable bag, especially being in a color. You kind of got both of those two together give you a combination of a harder, you know, resale price. You're not able to really guarantee to keep your money. If I perhaps wait about maybe another 4 years, who knows, I might be able to get my money back, but I can't just have money sitting there on a shelf with something that I'm not using, that I'm not loving. In a nutshell, I did a video about why I wasn't in love with my Cons since 18, but just to summarize that, it was just a combination of really the fact that it was a colored bag, and even though I like blues when it comes to colors, I just can't gravitate towards colors. I'm really solidly very much a neutrals girl, and the only colors that I tend to like are light pinks. Even then, I've only really got one bag in my collection that's a light pink, and then dark greens, dark blues. So those kind of colors that really don't pop too much of an outfit, they kind of blend with most of your outfit tones that you will pick. When it comes to like pop colors, candy colors, you kind of have to style your outfit around them, I find. At least that's for me. I find that there are quite a lot of people that enjoy candy colors and rock them and have absolutely no problem. Perhaps it's more of a confidence issue. I just find that they stand out like a sore thumb. So that bag did not work out for me, and that is the only bag that I bought in the resale market from, like, that was an Hermes bag, other than, you know, anything that I mentioned in the previous video. So yes, I would like to next add to my collection another Kelly bag, either in a 25 or a 28, and if I were to buy it pre-loved in the resale market, I would like for it to be in the color gold, or ideally I would really like a Vache Natural, a Berenia, or a Chamonix, if that's how you say it. Pretty much in those colors. It's going to be varying. It looks similar to Hermes Gold, but it's not exactly the same, especially in Vache Natural and Chamonix. But yeah, that's the kind of bag that I would like to add next. However, if I get a store offer, the chances of me getting one of those, well, I know Chamonix, Vache Natural aren't being produced anymore. Berenia is super duper rare. Yeah, the chances of me getting like a Kelly 25 or Kelly 28 in the color gold would be pretty unlikely. I don't mind if it's Raton or Celia. If it was Celia, I would prefer to be in the Kelly 25 or Kelly 28. If it's Raton, I would prefer only a Kelly 25. That's just, with the Raton, I kind of just like how it looks in the Kelly 25. So that's where I'm at. I'm pretty much open to other Kelly bags. Pretty much that's what I would like. Otherwise, a Birkin would be nice if it was in a neutral color, Birkin 25. I do not want a Birkin 30. If the store turns around and offers me a Birkin 30, I'm not going to be happy because I just got that as my last store offer. But yeah, I just wanted to update on what I was kind of looking for next. I don't foresee myself buying that in the resale market anytime soon because of what I'm going to go ahead and say next. So where I'm at with my actual Hermes journey in the store, I have to look at my phone because this is where I've recorded most of my detail. So I received my last Hermes bag on the 16th of January 2019, and that was my Birkin 30 in taupe gold hardware, which is actually a very sought after color and hardware. So I'm actually very happy that I received that. However, I had spent a lot, in my opinion, towards getting that bag. Now, currently at the moment, since I had got that bag, my original sales associate has left. The one that, it's actually quite complex because the one that offered me the Birkin, she had already left, and she said to get it from the next sales associate that I'm moving on to. So the sales associate that I picked up my Birkin 30 from was a new sales associate to me. She wasn't actually the one offering me the bag. She was my fourth sales associate. She has since left, and with her, I actually had spent $3,820. So that's no bags. I haven't bought any bags from the store this year. So I spent $3,820 with her, and then she ended up leaving in, I think it was around about April she left. I think it was April. Okay, so now that was my fourth sales associate. Now I'm up to my fifth sales associate. And with my fifth sales associate to date, currently, because I just bought some items from the store, I have spent with her $6,605. So the actual total that I have spent at the store since my last bag is $10,405. That is a lot of money. All right, it's a lot of money, but like I said, I am very honest and transparent. Some of the items that I had bought in that was bracelet, twillies. Usually I love twillies. And the thing I like about twillies is that I put them on my bag as decoration. I can change them up. And then I tend to buy styles that after some time I'm like, oh, I don't think I really want to keep using this twilly. I'm kind of over it. I can sell it, and I have only ever lost $20 on a twilly. Most of the time I get exactly my money back because I try to pick the styles that are extremely sought after and were hard to get in the boutique anyway. Truth of the matter is that I don't have enough bags to really get enough use from keeping an abundance of twillies. Okay, so I've also bought like sandals. I bought the jelly sandals with that in there. I had bought like a fine jewelry silver bracelet, which I ended up selling because I mean, if you look at my video, I think it was my top 6 worst luxury purchases, it's that bracelet that's in there, and you will see why it didn't work out for me and why it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I'd also bought some other shoes, my Trop mules, which I love those white mules. I'd bought Rodeos from my sales associate, like my current one, Bastia, more Rodeos. I bought my Voltage sneakers, and I love those sneakers. Love them, they're fantastic. And then more recently, which you would have seen in my last haul video, I bought the Orans, I bought the mini CDC, which is this one, the CDC 24, and I also bought another Twilly. So that has brought me up to a total of $10,405 that I have spent since my last bag. Now, I've also spent on the online store as well. All right, might as well tell you what I spent on the online store. I have spent too much. I've spent just under $3,000 with the online store, and that has always been on Rodeos and bag charms. But the good thing about the Rodeos is that I've always bought the ones that are extremely sought after, very hard to get, a seasonal one, so they've always held their value, and I've ended up being able to resell them for profits. Majority of the time I've sold all my Rodeos for profits. I still have some, but yes, that's kind of like my strategy when it comes to bag charms. Because I know that I don't have a massive collection, and it's seasonal, I may not love the color forever. I kind of just try to think in my head, you know, if I'm going to buy something and I know that I may not want to keep this forever, I have to try to buy as smart as possible. I don't always get it right. Now, what I wanted to say, even though I have spent quite a bit and it's been almost 1 year since my last bag, that is, truth be told, it is disappointing. I would have liked to have gotten another bag, because with my previous bag, I had I got a bag offer in 2017 from my sales associate then, and then I didn't get another bag until I got my Birkin 30, which was at the start of this year. So that is pretty much it was almost 2 years I went without a store offer, and I had been very loyal to the store, was a regular customer. If anything, I spent a lot more back in the day than what I do now. Now I really slow down and pace myself. So I would have liked to have gotten another bag this year. It doesn't look like it's happening. Basically, I contacted my sales associate before I went to the store on my last visit, and I said, look, it's going to be almost a year since my last bag. Price increases are coming in January. With my last bag, that was almost a 2-year wait between bag offers, which you know, was slightly disappointing being a regular customer and very loyal to the boutique. And is there any possibility of getting a bag this time around this year? She was very polite in her response. I must say, she was really quite nice, and she just basically said, look, you know, I understand that you really want your dream bag, I really do, but I just, you know, ask you to please be a little bit more patient with me. Our bag requests supersede the amount of stock we can really give. We are at maximum capacity with our bag requests. That's essentially what she said, is that there are far too many people in our boutique, because we are the only boutique in the region. For my state of New South Wales, there is only one Hermes boutique. The other is not a boutique. It's an airport store that does not have Birkins and Kellys. They don't have that. Like, I think they've had a Constance before, like once, but they are not like a typical boutique. They're just like a duty-free kind of thing to go and grab some Twillies or some perfume and that sort of thing. That's what they are. So there is only one boutique in all of my state, and there is a huge demand for Hermes in my state. There is a huge demand. Where I live, in the capital city of Sydney, we have the highest population of all of Australia. We are not even the capital city of Australia, actually. We're not. We're just the capital city of our state, but across all of Australia, we have the highest population. So as you can imagine, having the highest population, the odds are you're going to have higher demand in the Hermes boutique versus all the other boutiques around the state. Not only that, the boutique is actually very small. It's a very small boutique. Even if they wanted to get more stock, it would be physically impossible to even hold it. So they're limited as to how much stock France will let them have. So I can understand that. It is frustrating when you're a regular customer and you feel as though you've spent quite a lot, and you're not just spending. It's like, it's not a case of, okay, I'm just spending so I can get a bag. It's not like that. It's like you're buying things that you like, but you want a bag too. It's like you go to Chanel, right? You'll go and buy some shoes. You'll buy some earrings. You want a bag as well. You'll more than likely get the bag. If the bag's not available, you'll more than likely get it soon, because they'll be like, we'll just let you know when it comes into stock, or you can even put a deposit down and we'll get it for you. So that's just what you expect when it comes to handbag shopping. You should really, in theory, be able to get what you want, unless it's a seasonal. I understand it's more of a matter of expressing your interest sooner rather than later. But when it comes to Hermes bags, they are permanent lines, your Birkin, Kelly, Constance. They are only seasonal in color. But most people are flexible when it comes to the color of Hermes bags, because I know that it's hard to be very, very super duper duper specific. VIPs, yes, VVIPs can be, but when it comes to just regular customer, it's hard to be very specific, because if you are picky and choosy, you'll be waiting a long time. Sometimes you're lucky as a regular customer and you get exactly what you wanted. The Birkin 30 in a 2 gold hardware was almost exactly what I wanted. I wanted it in a 25, but it got really, really close. So I can understand that the negative feedback that I get from when it comes like to Hermes are like, well, why would you want to chase a brand that, you know, doesn't really respect you as a customer? You can't even get what you want. I get that. I totally understand that. But it is the way it is. The system is the way it is. And the system isn't just a matter of fact of spending a lot in order to get a bag, because I have spent quite a sufficient amount and I still haven't got a bag. I have very thick competition, mind you. I know a lot of people, a lot. I could count at least 5 people that I know. Like, I know from Facebook groups at least. Like, I know that these people are people that I have spoken to. And this is 5 people that have at least spent $20,000 in the store and they have not got a bag yet. And it's been more than 6 months since their last bag, and they have spent $20,000 in the store, not counting bag purchases. So it is not unknown that people spend quite a lot in store and still wait on a bag. So it's not just a matter of you have to spend to get a bag. You have to show loyalty, yes, to it in order to obtain a bag, but it's also about time. It's basically got a lot to do with, yes, you need to show loyalty to the brand. You need to generally be a regular customer in order to obtain a bag, but it's not about spending 1-to-1 or spending $20,000 $20,000 in the store in order to definitely obtain a bag. Yes, there are instances where you get to a certain point where you'll get a bag offer, depending on your sales associate, but even some sales associates that have done that in the past, it may not always be a trend, it may not always be an option for them to do that, because like I said, it's got a lot to do with the stock that they're getting, and the particular bags that you're asking for. That's generally the equation. It's like, if I were to put it in as an equation, it is spend X time X request, like what you're requesting, that kind of thing. So it has been almost a year since my last bag, like I said, and I am optimistic that a bag will come next year, early next year, maybe not in January, maybe not in February, I hope. But you know, at the end of the day, I have to kind of acknowledge that this is the way that it is. The stock is hard to, the stock is scarce in my particular store due to the demand, and that's just the way it is. So knowing that reminds myself not to just go crazy ham with spending. Even though I'm buying the items that I want and like, it's better to just pace myself. So at this point, I have no items that I really want to obtain urgently. The only items that I'm thinking that I would like to get in the new year is the new Aloha jelly sandals in black. I would like those. My daughter's just woke up from her nap. Okay, so I think that's probably the only item I'm looking at getting, and perhaps maybe another pair of Orans or Oasis. I want to just spend, like, what's the point of just spending now? Because you also want to stay in mind as well with your sales associate by trying to shop regularly, and I don't mean regularly like monthly, but trying to at least shop, you know, every few months or something like that. It just reminds that your sales associate, yes, you love the brand, I'm still shopping here, I haven't like stopped shopping with Hermes, I do love the products that you have, and that's generally kind of how it goes. You have to sort of stay in mind in some way to at least be able to get the bag offers. Otherwise, the other option is the wait list. You go on the wait list and you wait, but yeah, that can be a very, very, very long wait. So yeah, that's the only items that I'm thinking of getting. I'm just going to see how I go over spring, summer, which shoes I'm gravitating towards more, if I'm using my Oasis, my Orans. Yeah, because obviously I've just added in the Orans in Rouge Blush. So I'm just going to see how I go. And then I can decide in the new year what item from those I want to add next. Maybe it'll be the Aloha sandals and also the Oasis or the Orans, one or the other, something like that. Who knows? But yes, that is pretty much where I'm at when it comes to my Hermes journey. Just have to be patient and just not go crazy ham and think that it's all about trying to spend $20,000 to get a bag, or spending 1-to-1 the price to get a bag. It's not exactly the case. Now, I also wanted to give an update as well for particularly in Sydney. In Sydney, we are getting a new boutique. Thank goodness. It's not going to be an additional boutique, it's going to be a movement of the boutique. So where Sydney Hermes is now, they have now bought the boutique, which is right near Chanel on Castlereagh Street, I think it is. It's right opposite Chanel. They have bought the big boutique. I'll include a news clipping of it, and that is going to be a massive, massive improvement for the store. What that will mean is that they hope, having a discussion with my sales associate about this, they hope that they should actually get an increase in stock, even with the elusive bags. They're hoping that France will allow them to get more stock because they're going to be like the new Maison Sydney store. It'll be like second to the size of the France store, maybe even potentially bigger. So they should, in theory, be able to get more stock. Plus the demand is here. Sydney is in the top 20 grossing stores for all of Hermes boutiques. So definitely there is demand here. There are customers here that are spending and loving the brand and buying the items, and they still, of course, logically want the elusive bags as well. So that's a good thing that they are expecting that the new Sydney upgrade, the renovations, the new boutique will be opening in June. So that should hopefully bring some more prospective offers. That should mean that maybe you may not even need to spend like $10,000, one-to-one, $20,000 to get a bag. Maybe it'll be easier to obtain one with lesser spend. Of course, you still need to spend to get a bag because they're not just going to offer to anybody that comes and says, I want a bag. I mean, it does happen, but they generally don't, because they don't want to just be offering it to people that potentially could be resellers and just buying the bags to resell for profit. So that's kind of how the system works. Yes, you can get a bag on the wait list. You need to have at least bought something in order to get on the wait list though, generally. And there aren't as many instances of people that get bags on wait lists with only like spending under $1,000. I've hopefully given you enough information when it comes to an update on my Hermes journey. Hopefully I've explained a little bit more of how the process tends to work. This is only specific to my store. Some other stores operate the same though. I do know that some stores in Canada are quite similar in this way, where it's like, you know, time, X spend, X request, you know, what you're kind of asking for. But then there is France, the FSH, the flagship store, which it's really just a matter of luck and getting an appointment and hoping that they have the stock when you ask for a bag. So it does vary across the world, and there are very different situations for each individual person. Some person may have a totally polar opposite story to mine, with the exclusion of Paris, you know, for just like a normal boutique. So just take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. It isn't an exactly applied methodology. Hopefully that was all helpful to you. I'm getting hungry. I've now filmed 2 videos back to back. And if I have uploaded this video after Christmas and after the new year, then I hope that you had a fabulous Christmas and a happy new year. And I look forward to giving you guys more content going on in 2020. And if you did like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.